For this next task, you're going to compare the shape and functional groups in different carbohydrate molecules. To do this, you're going to build the molecules using this interactive. The interactive is relatively easy to use. The gray shape is carbon, the white ones are hydrogen. And if we want to, for example, build the molecule that's up here at the top, which is called glyceraldehyde, what we can do is we can start to change some of the atoms. So I see at the top I have a hydrogen connected to a carbon connected to a double bond oxygen. So I can click over on the left, select oxygen, and change the one that's on the top right. Now I see that it kept a hydrogen on there, and that doesn't match. This is a hydroxyl or an oxygen with a hydrogen, but the functional group that I want to have here is a carbonyl group. That's a C double bonded to an O. So what I can do is I can click double to represent double bond, and I can show where I want the double bond. I want it between the carbon and the oxygen. So here's the carbon and the oxygen. So I click on it and a double bond is created. To make the molecule bigger, I now go down. So below the first carbon is another carbon. So I select carbon. And then again, I have a bunch of hydrogens that are attached to that. So I'm going to change that around. One hydrogen is okay. On the right-hand side here, I have a hydroxyl group. So that's going to be an O with an H, and it's already set up for us. Then underneath that second carbon is a third carbon. So I select carbon again. And likewise, I need to have two hydrogens followed by a hydroxyl group. So to help me describe this shape, I can rotate the molecule around in 3D space. And you can see in this instance that the molecule has sort of like a concave shape here and more of a convex shape that's kind of poking out on this side. So you want to look for that when you're describing the molecule, in addition to the describing the different functional groups. You can see, for example, in this case, the hydroxyl groups are on the same side of the molecule, and that could be something that's useful to describe it. So you're going to build 4 different monosaccharides, starting with alpha glucose, beta glucose, deoxyribose, and fructose. After you have built each of the 4 molecules, make sure you take a screenshot to share with your teacher. Then you're going to compare 2 of the monosaccharides. You can choose any of those 2 in your description. Remember, you're looking for shape and functional groups in your description. Your description should imply or show cause and effect. So why is one shape like this versus another shape is like that? You also want to make sure that you're using dynamic words so that you're using good descriptions, just like you would for any other graphic organizers. And what you need to be showing is you need to also include good understanding of concepts here. And the concepts that are important here include things, descriptions like intermolecular forces, different functional groups, and being able to describe shapes like concave, convex, and locations for different kinds of functional groups. The graphic organizer we'd like you to use this time is a Venn diagram. If you need some advice or help on how to put together a good graphic organizer, feel free to take a look at the resources room link. Share your Venn diagram with your teacher when you are done.